while maybe they haven't had the most pretty of games, they've been interesting to watch, and they've made a Worlds run before, and now they're going to have to do it here in the Regional Championship.
And you love to see somebody like Casio on Veloce stepping up, making that first step forward, taking big strides for his team, because we have been waiting for the offensive, I guess, presence of Veloce to be created. And now with the addition of Casio, especially this season, he's been doing so well. They have really taken it all up a notch.
And we just saw Flame get a flip reset there, and a name that maybe we haven't called upon as much this season, but he's a force to be reckoned with if he can get things going. Of course, Freaky on both sides of the field is going to get the job done, and he always has an opportunity here, but Freaky, it's going to bounce off the crossbar and into him, and he'll take it.
Can we break down this goal a little bit? I'm looking at Freaky's perspective. He got bumped into the goal off the crossbar. What are the odds of that even happening? That's ridiculous.
That is certainly a Veloce goal there, and let's not discount the offense they were putting on, and Barcelona trying to answer back immediately. Danger inside the Veloce box. It's going to pinch downfield into the net. Veloce and Freaky strike again.
I don't think I've seen a more ridiculous start to a series in all of Rocket League for these first two goals. That is so absurd. But Veloce doing everything they can. They're putting themselves in position to at least be fortunate on the side of that challenge, and they pinch it right into the net.
And these are the types of games where you just put the question mark in chat after the start to your opposition. It's a very interesting beginning here for Veloce, and they'll be happy to see it. As now we look to Barca to put on some offense, put on some pressure. Veloce, at least for their first goal, they did have pressure. They were putting on the attack to the Barca side, and here they come again. Barca giving way to Veloce's attack once again. It'll be interesting to see how Veloce keep this going as well. As Casio plays it up and over the net. No one there from Veloce to keep the pressure on. Barcelona trying to stay afloat as they move downfield. Freaky to cut it off, and its support is Casio. Still plenty of time for Barca, no time to panic. Here's Devo, almost past Flame. Veloce's defense really hasn't been tested quite yet. Now Ronicky from the ceiling has options down to Flakes, open shot to the right side, and beautifully set up by Barca.
What a pass from Ronicky. Look at that first touch. He gets it to the side, and it's so crucial that he gets that one touch to roll up the wall so he can keep controlling the ball. Ronicky then goes off the ceiling. Flakes is in the midfield waiting for that pass, and Barca, while it's not a pinch goal or a team bump into the shot, it's a great setup off the ceiling.
I like what Ronicky did there. Got the defense to really all look at him, and they left Flakes open on the backside. Ronicky has been quite impressive this season. Been able to get a lot done on the offense, and maybe not scoring. It's the passing. It's everything from Ronicky that has been so good for Barca, especially on that offensive zone. And he keeps the plays alive.
Yeah.
Here's Devo. There's a shot from Ronicky. Follow up by himself. And again, a wonderful goal from Barca.
And now he just flips the script, and this time he's actually the one doing the shooting. I love the fact that he actually didn't get that first touch, and the way he managed to follow it up after that initial missed shot is great, because he positioned himself, the recovery was there to get the follow-up. Ronicky, an outstanding performance to get his team back in the game and tie this one up.
A scorching shot on that first one from Ronicky. He sets himself up in the end. And we're all tied up here after what was a pretty bad start from Barca. They're able to get 2 goals back in very organized fashion. Now Veloce, it's their turn to march down the field and have an opportunity, but the ball given up to Devo. Tried to pass across. Ronicky was rotating blacks. It was just out of Flake's reach. This one off the back wall. Free ball. Flakes comes through. It puts it home, and Barca, just like that, take the lead.
Ronicky again being the playmaker. He's been involved in every single goal, and Flakes, that shot, the way he timed his flip to get the ball around, I'm not sure if he would have actually found a block, a defender there if Flakes didn't hit that awkward angle. But Flakes manages to find something in the back of the net with the setup again from Ronicky. He is playing outstanding in this first game to make sure his team stays in the fight.
Coming up on a minute and a half left. Barca have come roaring back into it. The offense from Veloce has been absent. Since their second goal, it's been all Barca really taking over this game. It's what you expect from Barca to have these passing plays that we've seen so far. And Flakes, that's a great dunk. Cassio's got to get back. It's dangerous on that goal line. Veloce are able to stay alive, and Barca backs off. Now into the Barca side. Off the back wall, Flames there, has Cassio in support as well, but a weak shot cleared away by Devo. Less than a minute to go. Veloce would love to get an answer and equalize in game one. This could be their opportunity. Flame with a second touch off the back wall. It's picked up by Ronicky. Ronicky again. Not a lot of boost to work with. Gets some help from Flame as he plays it over his own defender. And now Flame going downfield. Ronicky and Devo getting tied up. Veloce. Only one or two opportunities here. It's Cassio. It comes down to Flame. The shot goes high. Had to get past that oncoming defender from Barca. It cost him the shot.
Veloce creeping up slowly on the offensive line. You can see they're pushing forward. It took a little bit to warm up after those first two goals. So what a save from Freaky as he gets it off the crossbar. Right now, if you're Barcelona, you just got to stall out, wait for these challenges, and try to get this ball down.
Ronicky actually keeps it up into the Veloce corner, and he'll shepherd it down and watch it go. Barca, after a 2-goal deficit in the beginning, win this game 3-2 and turn things around in game one.
Yeah, and it's a great sign of positivity, too, I think, for the mentality of all Barca. That is, and I'm serious, one of the worst ways I think you can start a series out after those first 2 goals. And I think it proves right now that Barca are here, obviously, for the long run in this series, and they're not just going to get tilted off that initial first 2 goals. And Ronicky, though, he was such a factor in getting this win here in the first game to get them that little momentum started. It all started off with that ceiling pass to get into the middle, and then as he continued forward, he got that solo play to get the shots on net back-to-back with the recovery, and then another pass out into Flakes. That was just such a solid performance from him. If he can keep that up, I think they have, Veloce's number here.
I like what we saw from Barca. Like you said, as soon as they got going, as soon as they got into this game, and I think they knew, giving up those 2 goals, they were pretty weak goals from Veloce. It felt like, they weren't the most organized goals, maybe lucky, you could say. And so for Barca, they bounced back in a very strong way. I thought their first 2 goals were exceptional from Ronicky especially. And I think that's the gameplay that we're going to expect from Barca moving forward. For Veloce, now it's about how do you create your own opportunity. I think they started off hot but couldn't hold on to their lead, and I think that's a telling of what could happen in this series. If you start off with those 2 goals, you gotta hold on to it.
Yeah, I think this game we're definitely going to see a bigger shift for Veloce that'll maybe, hopefully, at least create a little bit more opportunities on the offensive side right now. Those 2 goals that we did see weren't the most opportunistic. It was just kind of handed to them, really. So we're just going to wait to see if they can maybe start something of their own and ignite that flame.
This ball gets pinched to the other side on the Veloce hat. Flakes through the midfield trying to keep possession. Veloce give up a goal in the first 30 seconds. It's Ronicky just taking it away and putting it home.
Ronicky, back-to-back goals. He's been involved with every single opportunity that they put away. This time it's him off of a big punishing hit on the backboard. You got to get a better hit on the defensive side, and those are so difficult to read, really, for Veloce to keep control, because that was definitely the ultimate goal there with that touch, but Ronicky's there to punish.
Bit of a heavy touch from Freaky, gives up the goal, and now Veloce knocking on the door. Here's an opportunity for Cassio. Top shelf, tied up for Veloce. Great bit of offense.
Huge double commit here on the side of Barca. It seemed Ronicky got a little bit jumpy, a little bit panicky as he saw Flakes get the free jump on the shot. He did get a touch, Flakes, but it was just out into the midfield, setting up Veloce ready for the shot. In that instance, I think Ronicky, you just got to stay grounded, hope that Flakes and trust him that you can, or that he can get the touch at least. And unfortunately, he was not ready.
Go back to a tie game. And Barca putting on a bit of pressure, but a big outlet for Freaky down the line. Casio in pursuit. Now Flame trying to pop this one up into the corner. Regains possession and tried to play it across to Casio. Veloce were there and ready for it. Still on the ball is Casio. This one's going to go off the crossbar. Flake's got to make the save, and he does, but just barely. Barca hanging on. And now immediately downfield, Ronicky shot to the right side, finds the gap in the Veloce defense.
Look at this counterattack. You saw Flake set everything up with that save, and then Ronicky is here to punish again off of a hit that is not obtainable from Veloce. He can't get a touch there in the midfield. Barca, a huge punishing goal as they counterattack.
So Barca back in the driver's seat. Ronicky has been looking exceptional through the first two games here. Freaky trying to play one off the back wall. Casio's there. A good setup. The defense all over it from Barca, though, and for Veloce, they're going to have to try again. This ball comes straight out to Flakes with a shot directly at Casio. Veloce looking to break out now. 3 minutes left to play. Freaky to his own corner to find Casio, and they're going to combine again through the midfield. Good bit of passing coming out from Veloce to at least keep possession, and they're right at the right spot every single time a mistouch comes through from Barca. There's Flame from his own back wall, looking for more space. Gonna need help to the right side. He's got Casio. Flakes does well to keep this one down the line. No boost to work with. Two demos on two Barca players, actually, as Veloce buy themselves a lot of space here and throw it downfield to the back wall. So far, Veloce have looked a little bit better on offense, but it hasn't been enough to break down this Barca defense.
They've had chances. I mean, they have much more shots. They're looking at 10 shots right now compared to Barca's 4. They have the aggression. They have the shots. At this point, I think it's really the placement of where you're finishing, where you're putting a lot of these shots on target. Because while we've seen a lot of great plays out of Barca, Veloce definitely seem to be dominant in staying in the opponent's half and keeping the pressure on. But when they come to that final shot, putting it in a corner, putting it in the upper right-hand side, they can't find it. They just hand it right to the goalkeeper, lose possession. And that's really what gives Barca a lot of opportunities to counterattack, like we saw earlier with Flakes getting the save, and then they can transition out and catch Veloce on the aggressive side.
Here's a 1-2 from Barca, and Ronicky's going to find the back of the net.
Look at the way they moved this ball through. Casio went for a little bit of a pinch, didn't get the solid hit, and then Flakes with the vision. He sees Ronicky, who's there in position again. Of course, at this point, we expected this entire series so far. Ronicky has been leading the charge for Barca.
A minute and 20 to play. Veloce find themselves in the hole by 2. Veloce now. Can they put something together? Great pass from Freaky. Shot is weak from Flame. Follow-up from Casio's there, and Veloce's still in it.
Fortunately enough, Veloce are able to put another shot on target, and I think this is what it's going to come down to. Crashing the net after you can see Barca get a save. Because there's been multiple times where somebody's on the goal line waiting to get a touch. Barca will manage to get that first hit, and nobody from Veloce is there to crash. But this time, Casio's there to crash the net, punish that first save that didn't go anywhere. And Devo, while he did get that touch, he's still frustrated.
And that is what people have pegged this team as in Veloce, as a team that will punish your mistakes and be there to crash the box, to crash the net. And so far paid off here in this game, but they need one more. Time ticking down, and Flake's happy to see that go up into the ceiling to run the clock out. Freaky, pick it up for Veloce. Coming up on 30 seconds here. Does Veloce have one more in them in game 2? Flakes pick this up through the midfield. Nair dribble over Casio. Freaky. Clear looking for Casio again, but cut out by Ronicky. Now Flame. Picked up by Devo. Barca,
Devo.
one step ahead, and a shot from Ronicky that was open, couldn't put it on target. That one goes high, still the attack on for Barca. Second effort from Ronicky's there, and he will put it away this time.
And while we did just see a miss from Ronicky, maybe he was playing a safe route, decided just to keep the ball in possession of Barca to set up a better shot. Luckily enough for him, he gets that second opportunity to make up for that initial miss. Now Ronicky's sitting at 4 goals. All of the shots and goals for Barca going to Ronicky's name. A huge performance back-to-back so far in this series from Ronicky, as Veloce have struggled to get on the offensive side and stay with possession, and you really just bring in the onslaught of shots to Barca's defense.
Yeah, I really want to emphasize how well Ronicky is playing at the moment. 4 goals here in this game alone, and
Crazy.
he's been all over it. 4 saves in his favor. He put on 5 shots. I mean, Ronicky is playing well through these 2 games. You saw it last game, creating a lot of opportunity for Barca, and he's really come into his own. You know, I wasn't too sure about Ronicky coming into this season and even before, but he's really come into his own here in this specific season. He's showing why he deserves a spot on this team and why this team can be so good. It's because of him. He's been so strong in these 2 games. Can he keep it up? That's the question for Veloce. Look, you put up 14 shots. You were only able to put away 2 of them. The pressure was there. The offense was there. You even got Barca, I think, disorganized on defense quite a bit. But like you said, it's that finishing touch. Where's that final conversion to score the ball?
I think it comes down to a lot of just crashing the net, like I talked about earlier. I think they can jump, or they force, Barca to jump a lot of the times on the defensive side where they're on the goal line. Barca will get a crazy one-touch save where they can clear it out, but it's all up to Veloce. After you put that initial shot on, keep the rotations going, keep that third man pushing forward. I feel like oftentimes we'll see Veloce, after they get that final shot, they kind of all just decide to rotate back and get ready for a counterattack when maybe they could actually stay forward, stay pressed up, and go for more possession after they see that initial save come out to keep Barca on their toes, to cause more disruption, more panic, and induce that into their veins, really.
I think that has been the question for Veloce, is how much possession can they really hold? Because for them, they're happy to play the ball back and forth against whoever they're playing, but the second Veloce decide to keep the ball, they can put some great passing plays together. You've seen it a little bit here in this series, and Freaky's going to try and take it all of himself in the first 20 seconds. Follow-ups there, and Veloce, like we've been saying, all over it here for that final touch. Can't find the back of the net.
And that was better, but still, we saw the final goal line save from Barca come out, and then somebody crashed the net, but it wasn't enough, it wasn't fast enough, and the placement wasn't nearly good enough. So right now, Veloce are just trying to put everything they have, but it's not enough. And just to emphasize, it's like Barcelona love to play this goal line defense where they're waiting to get a save. They'll get that last touch, like that, like from Ronicky, and somebody will get the counterattack clear, and you can see Barca just explode out of their defensive half.
And let's not discount the defense that Barca is putting on right now.
Yeah.
They are able to stop a lot of the attacks from Veloce. It is good from Veloce. They are putting on a lot of pressure. They're having shots, dangerous shots on net, but defense from Barca definitely standing strong. See if Veloce can go again here into the Barca corner. Freaky fighting for it, gets possession up and over Flakes. Flakes does get a touch, and Devo there to have to block the oncoming shot. Barca do get out of it, but the defense is getting a bit dicey for Barca, and Veloce are starting to figure them out. Devo over to Ronicky, tough shot from him. He puts it on target. Cassio has to make the save. Ronicky again dishes it off to Flakes. Beautifully done from Barca.
Look at Ronicky's pass. The speed of this hit out into the midfield for Flakes to get that redirect. And that's what helped create such a powerful shot. Ronicky, a huge boomer into the midfield. It's passes like that that are almost unreadable, even if you know where they're going, even if you know where Ronicky's going to hit that ball. The speed of it and the reaction time then from Flakes was too good. But then Freaky, the air dribble dunk on the other side of the field.
And he's gone for this a couple times in this game, and he picks it up, that touch that sets him up to get behind the ball, and it's really all but over at that point. The defender on the goal line has no momentum to challenge that, and Freaky can come crashing through to dunk it in. Very nicely done from Freaky. And Veloce get on the board here. Keep the game close. Keep Barca on their toes. Here's Flakes looking for that back wall. Now Veloce, once again, trying to put something together. You can see Casio is trying to keep that ball, but now Barca, Flake, second touch. He drops it down to Ronicky. He was there, but wasn't really expecting the ball or wasn't positioned for it.
But Flakes, that was a very unique touch. I mean, you saw that touch from Flakes. He set it up off the backboard. I personally, after he got that initial hit off the backboard, it looked like he was setting himself up, but he actually kind of had a bit of a mind game to set up Ronicky and hit it over to the side. A great decision there to go for the selfless pass play as we see even more hits to their teammates. The passing game for Barca is unparalleled right now.
It was a challenge from Freaky on Devo that comes right down to Ronicky, and that's the positioning that we've been talking about with Ronicky, is that he kind of hedges on both sides, whether this ball is going to come to him for an offensive try or if it goes over his head and he's got to play defense. He's right in the middle of whatever can happen. And that point, or in that play, it came right on top of his head on the challenge, and he's able to put it away. So great positioning from Ronicky to know when that ball could have the possibility of coming down on his head. For Barca now, another lead. Here's Casio. A demo on Freaky will slow up Veloce here. Casio, can he put it in on the near post? He can pass the defender, and Veloce respond.
Casio, a good recovery. He kind of bounced off the floor there and then was able to keep going forward, keep rotating back, but he actually had ball cam on, which means he knows where that's going to head out. He has the positioning just in case it gets popped in the midfield. It does. Casio's there for the finish and ties this game up for Veloce.
And that's what some were talking about on the desk, is Casio being that playmaker for this team, and he certainly was right there. Find the back of the net, and now Veloce putting on more of an attack. Want to pile on after tying up the game, and they may as well. Flame off the back wall. It is met by Ronicky and Barca now trying to find something to put together. Casio didn't get the touch. Freaky still keeping the attack on for Veloce. They want to clamp down on this Barca defense. But a big clear from Ronicky and some help from Devo will get them out. Open space here for Casio. Boost to work with. Looks for Flame on the left side. Flame back to Casio. Left side shot. Had Devo beat and puts it over his head. A 1-goal lead for Veloce.
The first picture-perfect play, really, out of Veloce. Look at that give and go back and forth. This is Casio again involved on the offensive side. The MVP for Veloce really this entire season, doing all the heavy lifting on the offensive side. He does it here again, and that's a better play, a better look for Veloce as they actually involved much more people with that goal.
That was a superb play from Veloce. Probably the best one they've had all series long. We want to see more of that from Veloce. That's what makes them so dangerous. Casio on the ball, finding his teammates downfield, and Freaky and Flame able to put away shots. 20 seconds left for Veloce to hang on. Here's Barca, their last chance, or possibly their last chance. It's cut out by Flame, and Freaky happy to throw it to the back wall of Barca. 10 seconds left.
10
now
seconds.
Freaky want to land on it, try and do it himself. Here's Casio on the shot. Back post goes a bit wide. And now Flakes, he's got to go the full length of the field. Can Ronicky get there? He does, but it might stay up. Actually, Casio's going to keep it, and eventually it does come down in the Veloce corner. And Veloce get their first win for a 1-2 series.
Yeah, and this was a great win for Veloce, not only because of what it means in the series, but in just the way it was played out for them. I think Veloce, this wasn't, just simple goals that they were kind of handed to, or something that they really didn't earn as well as they should have. We saw those passing plays, and then they were playing the classic Veloce punish game, where they wait for a mistake, they see predictable dribbles out of the defensive area, they win the challenge, and then Casio was there for a finish. This was classic Veloce at its finest, and you love to see them starting to get warmed up here in this series as they fight against Barca. And really, it felt like a better offensive game for Barca, but overall, I think the defense and the midfield presence for Veloce was better.
I think Barca really do have to start respecting what Veloce can do, especially through the midfield, because Veloce showed a lot more of a presence in the midfield. And again, I do think that was off the back of Casio, whether he was the shooter or the passer. Veloce, I mean, this was by far their best game, obviously because they won, but also just the play in general. Good play is going to equal good wins here, and this was a quality win for Veloce over Barca, who's been giving them a hard time through the first couple games here. Now Barca have to react. They have to adapt to how Veloce is playing. I think it's taken a couple games for Veloce to get into it, but this last game, I think, is what you're going to expect and what we're going to see from Veloce going forward in this series.
Yeah, and I always get nervous when I see these dribbles come out from Barcelona, where they're kind of in their defensive half. Either Devo or Flakes will really be the ones mainly to choose to dribble it out, as a great challenge comes out from Flakes. Good save here as Veloce looked to already put one up in the board here right out of the way at the beginning of this game. But like I was talking about, the dribbles, at what point is it just a little bit too predictable from Barca? And that's what makes them stay on defense so long, is because they can't win those challenges when they're dribbling out of the defensive area, and it forces them just to give away possession every time they lose that challenge.
So we'll see if Barca can make some of the changes here in this game, or Veloce, can they keep chugging? Flame trying to get a flip reset into the box, couldn't do so, or at least not past the defender. And here's Casio now getting dunked by Devo. No boost, but he's gonna pretend like he's got it. Bronicky looking to set up Flakes. He was there, but read by the Veloce defense. And that's the other thing for Veloce, is while they have been a defensive team, it's about reading the plays that are coming on. And that one not well read, as Bronicky hops all over it.
And a bit of a break in rotation here. I'm going to Flame's perspective in net. He had 29 boosts, definitely enough to at least go and challenge that ball, as he kind of left it for Casio to hopefully get a touch and interfere, as he had to break that rotation. Flame a little bit too timid in net. I think he's the one to really push out and be aggressive. But at the end of the day, it's Bronicky to get a banger shot again in the backboard. He has been shooting so well this entire series.
Freaky and Casio also got tied up in that play, which I think threw off Flame a little bit. Freaky got the bump on Casio. Now Freaky dishing it off to Casio for the shot, as Veloce trying to answer Black Flame, trying to get a second touch. Couldn't do so. And now into the midfield.
Good demo.
Barca trying to get a hold of it. Here's Devo. Into the corner. Bronicky, that ball is going to go past Flakes on the backside. Freaky gonna get demoed, and now Flame, he can come up, dunk onto Ronicky, and Barca now getting a little out of position on defense, but everyone getting back, and the dunk comes through towards the midfield, and Casio and Veloce now trying to set something back up. Ronicky and Flakes for Barca. Here's Devo into the Veloce corner. Definitely a measured attack here from Barca, as they're trying to break down the defense, and they do get him spread out quite a bit. Devo, back wall. Flakes is there, and Freaky had to make the touch. He does so, and that was a dangerous attack from Barca.
And it doesn't feel as grounded as before, which is great. I think they're really moving these clears up a lot more with the wall. They're using it to air dribble out, which is a frequent tactic. Even if you go back in the season, look at Barcelona and how they managed to score a lot of their goals. It'll come off the midfield wall instead of just dribbling it out basically from their own end. So being more creative with their clears, winning these challenges like Flakes, you see him there being aggressive. That opens up a lot of space and opportunities. Now his teammates are ready, fully boost in the back. This is great. And now more dribbles. They're mixing it up with the clears, which is what I love to see.
Yeah, you can see with Devo bring that one down, really throwing off Veloce. They thought he was going to go up after it, and here's a pass out from Flakes. No one from Barca able to get to it, and Ronicky's able to drop it down. What a shot from Ronicky, and Barca now a 2-goal lead.
He doesn't miss this series. When he's presented with an opportunity, he makes use of it, and he does it so clean. Look at the way he rotated his car around the ball. He went for the ground shot to bounce it above and over everybody on the defensive side from Veloce. Ronicky, you can't stop him if you see him going for a shot. Somebody's got to get in the way, but even when you do, he's going to hit you with a bounce shot.
4 goals in the last game, 2 in this one for Ronicky. Playing out of his mind here in the regional championships and at a time when they need him the most. Here's Devo and Flakes looking for that back wall. Ronicky up again, does get a piece of it. That one too dangerous for Barca to move in on. Now Devo going to carry this one across and get a second touch. It's going to drop down and again. Very measured from Barca not to jump in. Ronicky and Flakes fighting back and forth in the box. And like you said, the possession's so good. Just need that final shot, and it was almost Devo to put it away for Barca. But a great bit of possession on the attacking third.
You can see Flakes and Ronicky, they're always looking for each other, which I love to see. Maybe they've given a chance up of shooting on target, but even if you do just give a basic shot towards the net, you're actually giving the enemy team an opportunity to counterattack. So they'd rather keep possession, keep it close, so they can at least go for a chance at winning a challenge.
Coming up on 30 seconds left, and it's been all Barca. Dangerous touch as Ronicky's gonna punish again. He has certainly been a punisher throughout this series.
The final goal to really cap off this game for Ronicky as he gets the hat trick, like you said, Corelli. Ronicky has been playing outstanding, and I can't express it enough. Whenever a player like this is really feeling himself and being aggressive, but not overdoing it. Ronicky's not pushing up too much right now, causing more mistakes on the defensive side. He's feeling confident, but he's not just pushing up completely over the top because he knows he's shooting well. He's staying calm, staying back, and he's still even passing more. We've seen it multiple times this series where he's had great passes out in the midfield. Him and Flakes have been a solid duo. Everybody from Barca really on point.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does feel like Ronicky has mastered the art of positioning against Veloce in particular, because he is there to punish every single time there's a missed touch or there's a 50 challenge that goes in favor of Barca, or if the ball's just bouncing on the box. Ronicky seems to be there every step of the way, and for Barca, it has paid off for them through 4 games now, 3-1 in the series.
Yeah, and for Barca, while I love to see them looking at match point, it does get a little bit shaky because I think a lot of times when they're faced with these opportunities to really end the series out and close it, Barca seems to struggle. So this next game, I really want to pay attention to how aggressive Barca turn out to be, how they're going for a lot of the clears, and if we're going to see that same aggression and level-headed passing from them, or are they going to start panicking a little bit more? Because for the past 4 weekends, I mean, we've seen Barca go to Game 5 multiple times. I think for the past 4 games in every weekend, they went to Game 5. So for Barca, you know, even when they do get ahead and find match point, I think they struggle to close out the series. Let's see if Veloce either respond or if Barca can keep that aggression up.
Yeah, and that really is the question. Are Veloce going to respond back? We've seen glimpses of great play from them, but they haven't been able to carry it over game to game. It's been one game of good play and then back to a couple of missed opportunities. And they had 9 shots last game, but they weren't able to convert any of them. So for Veloce, I mean, we've been saying it all series long. It's about converting your chances. They're getting opportunity. Barca are giving them the chance to score. It's just that Veloce cannot finish so far.
Yeah, and it's a difficult thing because, you know, you put a shot on net, you force a crazy goal line save, but then after the goal line save comes out, somebody should be there to crash the net, right? But if that one person who goes for that second shot after a save comes out misses, then you're looking at Barca with a great counterattack opportunity. So you really, really have to be careful and pick and choose your battles if you're Veloce.
So we jump into Game 5 here. And like you said, you have to pick and choose your battles. Well, this is one to pick. You've got to go to war here against Barca. And you've got to come out with a win here in this best of 7. Flame. Gonna play it off the back wall. Cassio's there. Quickly onto it was Ronicky, though, for Barca. And down the field, immediately responded by Freaky. Cassio, quick shot, top shelf, but Flakes makes the save. Follow-up from Freaky. Ronicky comes through for Barca. And another very close call for Barca. And a great play from Veloce, but not able to put it home.
That goal line save from Flakes, it bounced out. Freaky had a chance to maybe put one in after the save came out, and it was just too weak of a shot. We need a better follow-up. for Veloce. They can do it. They have what it takes. It's just the final shot. But Flakes, what a save from him.
Flakes trying to put that one over. He switched his car every single game at this point. Seems to be his trend through the season. Flame into the midfield. Free ball here for whoever wants it. It's Ronicky who comes through. Barcelona's waiting for rotation. Flame played across the box, and Devo with no boost, not able to follow up after it, but a good clear from Ronicky. Here's Flakes up to it first, tried to go right side, and Freaky to play it away. Still dangerous. Ronicky was trying to set up himself, but he gets 2 to go, and this gives space for Devo. Devo again was trying to find Ronicky, and now Veloce have their chance to set something up. Looking for that back wall was Flame, but Flakes perfectly read it. Now past Casio. Just has Freaky to beat. Plays over to Ronicky. Left side and can't get by Flame. It was wide on the shot. Devo trying to follow up. That one almost comes down to him. And Barca peppering the back wall at the moment. Veloce barely hanging on. Here's Devo.
Barca, they're doing it in style, like I was saying. It's those dribbles, the way they're getting out of the defense. Sorry to cut you off there, Corelli.
And that attack still coming on for Barca here as Flakes and Devo trying to combine, and Veloce have got to find an outlet sooner or later because Barca are circling the waters at the moment. Devo pops this one up to Casio, and he does beat one. It was Ronicky who went for it. Flame tried to take it down himself. Freaky also trying to find the back wall, and the back wall has been what Veloce have been looking for the entirety of the game, but it has been Flakes who's just been in the way to always get a touch on that back wall. It's so hard for it to come clean off it. But that's what Veloce is trying to set up. It's just not working at the moment.
And I've seen him multiple times. Flakes on the backboard. He'll actually take control of it. He'll hit that first touch a little bit softer, and it goes in front of his net. But while it's a little bit risky of a touch, he manages to keep possession, and that way he can dribble it out, get a solid flick, and then even rotate even back more. Look at him. He takes the corner boost, and now he's on the back wall waiting for a touch. Devo, the defense from Barca seems unbreakable at this point.
Well, there's a demo, and this one could drop in. It does, and it's a demo is what Veloce needed, and Freaky puts it away.
All right, as soon as I compliment them, I guess they're just going to fall apart, but it's because of the demo. Like you said, Corelli, everything was lights out for the defense on Barca until one demo. That's all it takes, a physical play. If you can't get past them, just demo them.
So Veloce are the ones to strike first after Barca had a great rally of offense. Veloce have held strong and now create their own chances. Freaky tried to take it himself near post. And Veloce would love to pile on here and get a cushion here in Game 5. Casio just happy to take the challenge. It comes out to Flame. He can't get the touch. Time running out for Barca. No matter how good the offense has looked through this game, they haven't converted yet, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Veloce has, and they're happy to sit on their one goal if need be, but maybe two if they can get it. Blake's trying to keep that possession, but Flame getting in the way and slowing them up. 30 seconds left now. Freaky to throw it downfield. Devo can't get by Flame. Barca needs something to start to materialize here as Flake's tried to cut one. 15 seconds left now. Devo needs a big clear. He doesn't have much support. Flame coming through the back wall. 10 seconds left. Ronicky another big clear, but stopped up by Freaky. Devo. This could be it for Barca, but cut off by Casio. Every step of the way, Veloce are just locking it down, and they will secure a Game 5 win. Very nicely done by Veloce in the final minute.
And all it took was a single demo. That's what opened up the opportunity. That's all they got, but it's all they needed. Veloce. Freaky doing the clutch shooting again off that demo. But really, this was, I thought, a great game from Barca. It really felt solid on defense. Their offense had a lot of great passing as well. I saw Flakes multiple times get a nice flick out of the middle, back and forth between his teammates. But the Veloce defense stood tall this time. And while, we're seeing Barca play well, could we be seeing them struggle again at match point? This is a week 1 rematch. And if you think back all the way back to that first week, for Barca versus Veloce. Barca actually went up 2-0 and then almost got reverse sweep, giving away 2 games then to Veloce. So we could be seeing a repeat of that. But we'll see if Barca have what it takes to bounce back again.
I think that for this game in particular, Barca had a couple of good rallies on offense, but give credit to the Veloce defense. They were able to stick it out and then were able to create their own chance with the demolition. I think at the end of the day, this was a very, very close game 5. I think for Veloce, they were able to eke it out because of the solid defense that they have. We know that they're a defensive team. We know what they're going to bring to the table when you go into any series with them. It gets a bit scrappy. And I think for Veloce, they're happy to win like that. Could they have created a lot more opportunity? I think so. But that final minute for Veloce was the most important. That was lockdown defense, not letting Barca out of their own half. They didn't really create a lot of their own chances, but they didn't have to in the final minute. They were just hanging on. And I thought that was spectacular midfield defense from Veloce. And it really slowed down Barca in the end.
Aside of Barca, though, I think their defense was solid. I wouldn't change too much about their game plan here and their strategy going forward. I think they just got a bit unfortunate with a lot of opportunities they were given, couldn't find the back of the net. This time, if they keep those setups going, keep up the possession, I think they've got a great chance here at closing the series out.
And so we'll see as we head into Game 6. Casio looking for the demo, and shot comes through from Freaky. They set him up and put him down. A 1-goal lead for Veloce.
Another demo play. This is the change in their play style that they needed. It's Freaky again with the shooting while somebody goes in for the demo play on the defender. If they're going to get the crazy goal line save, just take them out. It's beautiful to see in the adjustment as well from Veloce.
So great start for Veloce and scoring in the same fashion they did last game. Plenty of time, though, as we're not even in a minute into this game. Barca looking for their answer. Flakes, again, trying to keep that possession. He wants to keep that ball close. Veloce happy to throw themselves at it and stop them. Freaky get the clean bounce off the back wall. Follow-up was there, and one more, and no follow-up from Veloce, but they did get that back wall bounce. Here's Casio to put a shot on. It was directly at Devo. And this attack will fizzle out for Veloce. Casio, another shot. Barca to clear it away, and it is Flakes downfield and off the ceiling. He was trying to read the clear. It never came. And Flame now, a touch to the back wall. Second touch from Flame, can't get there, and it comes onto Freaky's car, and he gets bumped out of the way. Barca able to hold on. Great pass out to Flakes. That shot just wide. The setup by Ronicky, and want to see more of his name. We have throughout this series. Was a bit quiet last game, Turtle, but you know what he's capable of. We've seen it so far in this series alone and throughout the season. I think he's had a pretty good season as well. Can he channel that once again?
As well, Devo getting aggressive too with the demos. Maybe trying a bit of that same plan. Ronicky almost got the bump off the reset. Does Devo have the angle? Flakes is finally there for the finish. 3-man setup. You can see Ronicky got the flip reset and the bump on that play.
Yeah, and as soon as we say it, we call his name, and he answers the flip reset, the bump, the follow-up from Devo, and Flakes finally putting it away for Barca. Everyone coming together to put it into the back of the net and find the equalizer here, and that's exactly what they needed. Veloce were looking to build upon their lead. So a tie game coming up on halftime here in Game 6, a massive game for Veloce as backs are against the wall. Here's Ronicky, has options. Devo's there, shot was weak, saved by Casio. Flakes trying to salvage the play before Veloce can counter, but it's too late. Here comes Veloce, Flame with no boost. He wasn't able to get around the ball. Everyone up and nobody making contact on the ball there. Flakes, shot is on target. Flame gets back in time.
More demos.
Another shot from Devo, and finds a gap, and Barca take the lead.
Flakes got the demo in the corner. Look at all this space that Ronicky has. He has all the time in the world to get that set up to Devo. And Devo, look at the tight angle. It was a difficult read. He had to wrap himself around the ball. And this, again, while we didn't see Flakes too much in the replay, he did get that demo, opened up the space. Ronicky hit the pass. Devo hit the shot, everybody involved, and for Barca, it's another well-earned goal. Let's just see if they can keep on and hold this lead.
That was an opportunity for Flame there. He just couldn't get around the ball. It came cleanly out to him. Those are the chances you look for Veloce to at least put something on target. Barca giving back possession here as Devo looks for Ronicky. Flame read the pass nicely though in the midfield. Flakes onto the dribble. Cassio picks up boost, try to dish it out to Freaky. Here's Freaky again off the back wall. Cassio's there looking for Flame. Now he's got to get over Devo.
Oh no, a big miss.
Flakes actually misses the ball, and it's a free shot for Cassio, and that's all she wrote in a 2-2 tie here. Veloce able to answer back.
And this is just a huge facepalm moment for Flakes. He's been going on the backboard all series long. In that instance, I saw him turn his car to go to the backboard, assuming a better shot or at least a backboard hit for Veloce would have been attempted, but instead it just goes off the ceiling. Flakes had to pre-flip then. A big miss as Barca now have been tied up by Veloce, who've been doing well with punishing like they always have.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. Just a big miss from Flakes, and Veloce are there at the opportunity. Now all tied up, less than a minute to go. A big goal for either team here. One to send them on the regional championship and one to stay alive in the series. Here's Devo. Doesn't get the best touch. Flame try to play it across for Veloce. They are knocking on the door here. If they can put something together, everyone backs up. And Barca take it down into the Veloce half. Less than 30 seconds now. Veloce tries to put one on target from Freaky. Flame, the back wall. Cassio's there. Can he knock it down near post? And Devo to get the touch away. Time still ticking down. Veloce in the attacking half. Here's Cassio. Maybe one more try for Veloce. Trying to get a piece of Flakes. It's not the best clear. Flame going to dish it up. Can anyone follow up for Veloce? No. And now this ball is going to be rolled up the wall into 0-second time.
Oh, no way.
Can't get over it. And overtime for Veloce and Barca here in Game 6.
We're seeing them get turtled back on defense. They're forced into the defensive area. They're stuck right now, Barca. But right now, I'm just questioning. It just comes down to those counterattacks that Barca can get. One moment, one counterattack, a huge clear for Barca, and it's all over. Or Veloce. Are they going to go for that aggressive demo style again? That is what has been working all series long. As now they get a huge clear, but somebody's there. It's Devo to get the save.
Bit of a touch there from Devo. He popped it up. I'm not sure exactly if that's what he wanted. Demo comes out from Cassio. Flakes tried to follow up his own clear, but gets bumped. Now Veloce hunting for this game-winning goal. As they have been controlling more and more of the midfield, Barca have just been happy to skip it altogether. Here's Devo. Again, just air dribbling to the other side. Cassio. Give it up to Ronicky. Can Ronicky make some magic happen? Stopped up by Freaky. Cassio. Big touch, and Flakes barely gets it over his net. Gets some help back to the midfield. But Veloce. There's an opportunity, and Ronicky actually gets the touch in the end off the miss from his own back wall. Here's Flakes coming through, and a weak shot cleared away by Flames. Teams trading blows now.
I mean, even the possession in the midfield is all Veloce.
That's what we saw in the last game near the end, and we're seeing it now. Veloce doing a great job of controlling that midfield. At least stopping up what Barca has to offer. Here's Devo looking for the pass over to Flakes. Couldn't get there. Now Ronicky, can he do it himself? Tries to dunk through two. He's going to follow up from Flakes. And Barca's going to do it in 6 games. Ronicky pushes it through with some help from Flakes.
The MVP of this series without a doubt. Ronicky, are you kidding? He gets the stuff, the 50 against 2 players, sets up Flakes. Oh my goodness. He has been so crucial for this Barca offense the entire time. Then Flakes on the defense. You saw him on the backboard. They've earned their spot here to continue forward in the regional championship. to fight up against Reciprocity. This was such a great series for Barca, and they finally managed to close it out when it really mattered most, Corelli.
And Veloce is a tough test for any team because of how defensive they are in their play style. And I think Barca were thrown through the rigors here as
Yeah.
Veloce gave them one heck of a run here. Barca, I think, kind of slowed down through the midway through this series, but then were able to eke it out here. And off the back of a defensive front as well, Veloce really had them locked in for quite a bit and controlling a lot of that midfield and the midfield boost. And Barca was having a hard time breaking out, but the opportunity does come in the end, and it is off the back of Ronicky, who had a spectacular series nonetheless. And I think Barca deserving this win.
Yeah, without a doubt. Ronicky, the start of the series, he was playing fantastic, and then obviously he closes it out with a clutch play. Devo, I thought, was really good on the defensive end too, on the goal line saves. But it's still risky. It's so weird seeing them play because Barca, they love to just go on the defensive side and just wait for a save to come out from their goalkeepers. They always somehow manage to find that crazy goal line save, and then to push it forward, the counterattacks have to be on point. But if Barca can keep those counterattacks going, keep them really strong and lethal on the offensive side, they've got a chance here to go all the way.
Well, Barca is going to come up once again here, taking on Team Reciprocity coming up next. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.